All right, today we're diving into a platform that's all about tackling one of the biggest headaches in the software world, just how complex infrastructure has become. We're going to explore something called OmniStack and see how it really promises to tame that chaotic labyrinth for good.
I mean, it seems like a pretty simple question, doesn't it? Why is it so ridiculously hard just to get the basic tools you need to do your job? But for any developer out there, you know the reality is this long, tangled process just to get up and running. And it's exactly that frustration. That's what OmniStack is designed to fix. But before we can really appreciate the solution, we got to get a little lost in the problem first. For so many developers, the problem is a daily battle, trying to navigate this crazy maze of tools, tickets, and processes.
And this slide, man, it just lays it all out, plain and simple. On one side, you've got the old way, this manual labyrinth where everything takes days, maybe even weeks. It's super error-prone, and developers end up spending all their time just wrestling with complexity. But then, look at the other side, the IDP way. It's just a simple, automated portal. What took weeks now takes minutes, and the focus completely shifts from managing chaos to what actually matters, building amazing products.
So, what is this game-changing approach? Well, it has a name. The Internal Developer Platform, or as you'll hear it called, the IDP.
Just think of it like an online store, but for developers. Instead of the old routine, opening a ticket, explaining what you need, and then just waiting, they go to a self-service portal, they browse a catalog of services, click on what they need, and poof, the platform just handles everything else in the background, giving them a secure, ready-to-go environment in literally minutes.
Okay, so how does all this magic actually happen? It sounds great, but what's going on under the hood? Well, OmniStack is built on a foundation of some seriously powerful open-source tools that are all working together.
At its heart, you've got these absolute powerhouses. You've got Kubernetes organizing everything, Terraform building the infrastructure from code, and GitLab running all the automation. But the real question is, how do all these pieces talk to each other without just creating a new kind of tangled mess?
And the answer is just so smart. It's all built around an event-driven architecture. So instead of every single tool trying to connect directly to every other tool, which you can imagine becomes a tangled spider's web real fast, they communicate through events. It's more like a broadcast. One system sends out a message saying, hey, this happened, and any other system that cares can listen and react. It makes the whole thing so much more flexible and, honestly, way more robust.
And the conductor of this whole orchestra, the maestro making it all happen, that would be Apache Kafka. It's the central hub, the nervous system that every single one of these messages flows through. Kafka is the thing that guarantees every message gets delivered to the right place at the right time. This is what allows these super complex workflows to happen automatically and reliably, without anything breaking down. It's just brilliant.
Okay, the theory is awesome, but what does this actually look like for a developer on a typical Tuesday morning? Let's walk through the whole journey, right from that first click to a live, running environment.
So, here's the flow. It all kicks off when a developer goes into the Backstage portal and just selects a new resource they need. And that single click fires off an event into Kafka. Instantly, that event triggers GitLab and Terraform, which start building out the actual infrastructure. Right after that, automated security tools jump in and apply all the necessary policies. And finally, the monitoring and alerting systems are switched on and configured.
And here's the kicker, the absolute best part of this whole thing. This entire complex sequence of events, it all happens completely automatically. And it's all done in just a couple of minutes. That is a massive, massive leap forward.
But, just building the thing is only half the battle, right? To actually run your software effectively, you have to be able to see what's going on inside of it. And this is where OmniStack delivers what we call complete observability.
And this idea of observability really stands on three pillars. First, you have metrics, coming from tools like Prometheus, which give you that high-level view of the system's health. Then you have logs, collected by Loki, which are like a ship's logbook, a detailed line-by-line record of everything that's happened, which is crucial for digging into problems. And third, you have traces, which act like a GPS for every request, showing you its exact journey through the system so you can pinpoint any bottlenecks.
But maybe the most important detail is that all of this critical data, the metrics, the logs, the traces, it all feeds into one single unified dashboard. No more jumping between 10 different screens trying to piece together a story. It's all right there, in one place.
So when you put it all together, what do you actually get? What are the real-world gains here?
Well, you get a seamless developer experience, security that's baked in from day one, that complete observability we talked about, and of course, automation from start to finish. And what that really means is you free up your developers to stop fighting with infrastructure and start doing what they do best, innovating and creating real value.
You know, when you see how powerful a platform like OmniStack is, it really makes you wonder. With this level of automation and self-service becoming the new standard, you have to ask, is the whole era of managing infrastructure manually, piece by painful piece, finally coming to a close? Definitely something to think about.